Hey everyone, I'm back, and today I'm going to be talking about Braveheart, and I'm talking about this now because I just recently saw it, and I wanted to review it because I've never seen it before up until last night, and I have quite a few things to say about it. So you probably already know what Braveheart's about. It's a classic, and I really enjoyed it. So I guess I'll just go right into my positives. I thought there was some really great acting, especially from Mel Gibson, which he carries the whole movie. Without Mel Gibson, this movie wouldn't work. And he also directed the movie, and it's well, it was the directing was good. I'll get more onto it later. There's also some really great music that I liked, and it really felt as if it was used appropriately. So that's something I can say positively about this movie. There were a few moments sprinkled throughout the movie where characters wouldn't talk and it was just facial acting, and that's something that I really liked about this movie is that it knew when to have dialogue and not to have dialogue, and the dialogue was purposeful. It felt as if the script understood when it was necessary, and it worked out really well. The filmmaking overall, the cinematography's good, and I already touched on the directing. It's well directed overall. I enjoyed the violence in the movie. It's a very violent movie, but I like it. I enjoy violence. It also had a great villain. I thought the villain was great. It also had some really strong character moments. Those are my basic positives for the movie. There's a lot to appreciate about it. It's never boring. It's well paced. It has every scene that's in the movie, even though it's 3 hours long, it feels as if it's has purpose being in the movie, and that's what I like about it. So I guess I'll just go into my complaints with the movie because I do have some issues with it. And my first complaint would be the dream sequences. I did not care for them. They were very cheesy, and I just couldn't take them seriously. I felt it detracted from the film, and while it's well paced, I did say it was well paced overall, and every scene pretty much had purpose to it. I guess these are the one exceptions, and they just slipped my mind. Sorry about that. I did say that the acting was great, and I stand by that, though not everyone. And there's I forget what the character's name is, but there's a little girl at the beginning of the movie who she's like at the main character's dad's funeral, in which she just gives him a flower, and she has no dialogue, and that helped. There's no dialogue in the scene, and I think that was a great choice. But unfortunately, during the entire scene, her mouth was open, and it was really distracting for me from her performance. It's like, from her face, when she has her mouth open, it looks like she's conveying a completely different emotion than what's intended. So, unfortunately, the impact of that scene is lessened for me because of that. And I know that's kind of nitpicky, but it really did affect my experience. Next complaint would be some of the editing choices. It's kind of obnoxious during the battle sequences. There's a battle sequence in the middle of the movie, and, well, there's at least when it's like a big gigantic action scene, like two armies charging into each other, and after they do that and then they're fighting, it would have lots of quick cutting and close-ups, and I just could not tell what was happening at all. And as much as I enjoyed the violence in the movie and the action was good, it was well done throughout certain scenes, but unfortunately for those big battle sequences, they just were really poorly handled, unfortunately, and I couldn't enjoy it. I was kind of annoyed by it. And speaking of that, battle that takes place in the middle of the movie. Once they collide, I noticed, for the most part, the action is good. If you take out that editing and close-up quick cutting. If you take that element out, the action was good, except there was a particular moment that really distracted me, and that would be some of the fight choreography. Some of it was kind of embarrassing with like the extras. Like there was literally a guy who was just holding a sword. It was like it was embarrassing. And there's also at the beginning of the movie there you see a bunch of people you see a bunch of dead bodies and they've been hanged. But there's this one extra there's one dead body who has his tongue sticking out. It looked really goofy, and whenever I see a dead body with a tongue sticking out, I never take it seriously. Well, there might be one movie that I've seen in which that happened, but it's just really cheesy. But those are my only complaints with Braveheart. I know it feels like I spend more time talking about my negatives than my positives, but overall the achievements of the film outweigh the flaws, in doing so, since that was the case, I can recommend this movie. It has lots of great elements, it has some parts that kind of annoy me, and it's kind of cheesy, and those elements drag the film down. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I'll probably watch it again at some point, and I might change my rating later on over time, but this is just my first viewing. For now, I'm going to give Braveheart a 7 out of 10. Could go up to an 8 on my second viewing, but who knows? I really enjoyed it. I'm happy I finally saw it. Yeah, I got it in this Ultimate Warrior Collection DVD, where it comes with Braveheart, Gladiator, and Hercules, starring Dwayne Johnson, directed by Brett Ratner. So, Braveheart, I just talked about. Gladiator, I really love. I like it a lot more than Braveheart. And Hercules is a giant piece of crap. That movie was so boring. And anyways, let me know what you thought of Braveheart down below. And if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like. And then my social media links will be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up, and I'm not sure what that's going to be, but I'll get something out soon. So until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.